Hello and welcome to Link Ahead, the City of Dublin podcast. And to our listeners, if you are hearing trucks and heavy equipment in the background, it's not you, it's us.
It's been a while since we've done this, but what a perfect day to take Link Ahead on the road for an effort that really involves all of our roads. We're set up outside of our service center for the annual SnowGo Day, and it's snow and ice preparation. So this event helps all of us to prep for winter weather, and we have some fun with it too, with our SnowGo Roadeo.
Right, and so Bruce and I will have multiple guests throughout this episode sharing how we prep for winter weather, and perhaps most importantly, keep our residents, students, and city safe during inclement weather. And our first guest today is Marja Kepler. You are an administrative support for the City of Dublin, and you've been working with Parks and Recreation Public Service for what, 29 years?
29 years.
Wow.
Well, thanks for joining us for Link Ahead. And you've been involved with this event for years. Tell us a little bit about it. Set the stage for us.
Well, it's an opportunity for the staff to get out here and practice their snow plowing, along with other opportunities to work on equipment that we use. And it's basically to get prepared for the season and to see what they're going to have to look forward to once they're out in the snow.
I mean, you've been here, you've seen it. You've seen the, just the technology change. You've seen the staff change. Is there anything that stands out to you year after year?
I mean, I think they do a great job, and we have a lot of turnaround in staff with people retiring at this point. So it's a good opportunity for new employees to see what's out there. It definitely makes you appreciate what they're doing if you get in one of those small snowplows and try to drive it, because it's not easy.
All right. Have you driven one of the snowplows?
I have. I can't do the plow itself, but I've driven the truck.
And so there's a serious aspect of this. There is mandatory snow school, but then also a little bit of fun, right? So there's some healthy competition.
This portion is the main one, which is the plows, driving it. You have to maneuver through the cones, be able to back up and not hit the rope back here. You have to go through it and knock down all of the wooden blocks and not miss any of them without hitting the orange cones and knocking them down. So that's really the main part of the snowplow rodeo.
It's harder than it sounds.
It really is.
I can't assure you. These
It
cones
really
are
is.
very, very close
It's
together.
watching the cones, driving the truck, and working the plow. Like, that's a lot.
And you have some pretty important roles here. So I know there's also a cookout.
We do a luncheon for everybody that participates in the snowplow rodeo. And then I believe in the afternoon, they go out and actually run their routes to get used to what they have to do once the snow hits, which hopefully won't be for a while.
All right. Is there any pep talk that you've given people to get them ready for this?
No. I just go out and tell them good job when they're done, even if they do hit a few of the cones. I mean,
Well, Marja, thanks so much for joining us today. Now go grab us someone who's been driving one of these plows. Who's in first place? Let's see who we can find.
Okay, let me go find someone for you.
All right. We sent Marja off to find us someone competing in today's SnowGo Rodeo, and she brought us Austin. Austin, thanks so much for being here on Link Ahead.
Oh, you're welcome.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do here on a regular day for the City of Dublin.
I've been with the city for 9 years. I'm on the special events crew, set up for the Irish Fest, 4th of July, all that kind of stuff.
That's fun. That's you've got to say that's a fun job, right?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, it's a
All
great
right.
job.
Cool. All right. Let's get to the nuts and bolts of the day. Word on the street is you're in first place right now.
That's right here.
Okay. So what is it about driving a snowplow that is different and unique to what you're doing on a daily basis?
We're used to driving little trucks. Not little, regular pickup trucks, but this is just a great way to get used to the plow trucks again. It's completely different driving a big truck compared to a regular pickup truck.
Sure.
So how many years have you been participating in the SnowGo Rodeo?
9.
Nine?
Every year I've been here.
Every year.
Yep.
It's
All right.
fun. Everybody likes to get out here and do that. So you drove a truck. Anything else that you're doing here today?
Just getting used to the feel of the truck again. The obstacle course changed a little bit this year, and I think we added some stuff it really pertains to our job plowing snow, I guess.
Yeah. So we asked Marja if she had any pep talks, and she said no, really. So what do you do to pump yourself up for today? How do you prepare? What's your tactic?
Actually, I went, I think, third, so I just figured, go as fast as I can, get it over with, and then watch everybody else and see how I compared to them.
And how many cones did you hit?
I didn't hit any.
Hey,
Yeah, all right.
excellent.
All right.
Great job.
All right. So the specs of the truck, like for people that don't know, it's an automatic now, right?
Yes.
Okay. It's automatic. Yeah. And the plow, you're adjusting the height of the plow as you go. Is that right?
Yes, you're adjusting the height and turning it to the left and the right. There's certain ways you have to turn the plow to make certain turns. And when it gets tight, you want to turn the plow into the truck. The further the plow is away from the truck, the wider the turn will be.
I
So
gotcha.
All right, so it's October, and we hope it's not going to snow anytime soon, but this is a good day to get started. Before that, we have leaf collection season. How are you involved with that?
I'm on a leaf crew every day. We usually keep the same leaf crew. It's a nice change of pace at the beginning of leaf season, I'll say. Towards the end, it kind of gets a little tiring, but we look forward to snow at the end of leaf season.
You're ready for it.
Oh yeah,
So our neighbors, are they raking it right?
for the most part, most
Okay.
people do. Yes.
All right.
And what does that mean? Walk us through it. What advice do you have for the residents or requests? Like, please do this or don't do that.
Advice I would give the residents is not to pile the leaves around trees or mailboxes, and please don't park in front of your pile. It makes it really challenging for us to get those leaves.
Austin, thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
You're
And
welcome.
good luck.
Thank you very much.
All right, and we're back. We have our next person is Jay Anderson, who is the Director of Public Service. Jay, welcome to the podcast. You've been on here before. You teed up our winter weather last year at this time, so now we're talking to the people that are driving the snowplows. So, give us your perspective on what this day means for the city.
Today's the day we get back in the trucks. It's been 8-9 months since our staff's been back in the city plow trucks. And it's really intended to be a fun day, but with training, as a added bonus to this. So yeah, and we got a perfect day today. So we're getting them out, getting them some experience, and doing a little friendly competition.
Yeah, and we know they do snow school as well. Has that already happened or that's this afternoon?
Correct. So we have snow school first thing in the morning for a couple hours in the morning, and then we have the competition, and then we'll actually go out and send our trucks out in the routes, and we'll track them on our SnowGo system. And then periodically throughout the rest of the year, we'll send trucks out for training purposes. So if you see plow trucks out driving around, you know that they're out there doing some training in preparation for the upcoming season.
Now, if Jay sounds a little nervous, it's because he's watching people drive these plows around, and I did see someone hit a cone. So I'm wondering who that was. We'll find out a little bit later.
I think we'll definitely have some more training on tap.
So we mentioned it earlier. It's October. We're not really planning on any snow anytime soon. What's your prediction on when the first snowfall is going to be this year?
Let's say March 1st.
March 1st. Oh,
That's
boy.
wishful thinking.
Guess we can hope. And so then before that, we're talking about leaf collection. And we talk about this every year because it's kind of the same team and the same trucks who are doing leaf collection and then going into snow season. Talk a little bit about that transition, and then we'll come back and talk about getting those leaves up this year.
Yeah, so that's why we try to get out ahead of it, and why we have this event when we have it. So it's in preparation for our leaf season. So we want to make sure that our trucks are ready to go for leaf season. It's a completely different setup, obviously, than what you'll see during our trucks during the snow season. But believe it or not, we're using all the same equipment and same vehicles for leaf and snow removal season.
So let's talk more about the leaf season. It's a 10-week program. Every other week, we have some zones. Walk through the basics for us.
Yeah, so we start on October 6th and run through December 12th. We have a 2-zone collection system. So we are in each zone once every other week. We remind people that you can track our progress on our LeafGo system that you can find on the city website. And just reminders, I think, that are helpful are to not rake your leaves out into the curb line or out into the street, because predominantly they would wash down the storm sewer. Rake them in the tree lawn between your sidewalk and your curb, and try to avoid any trees, mailboxes, fire plugs. And if you do have a car parked in front of your home during leaf removal season, when it is your week for the scheduled removals, make sure you pull that in your drive if you could.
That's a good reminder because you said the week of. So it's not like, hey, it's my week on Monday. Boom, they're going to be gone Monday. That's not the case.
That's true. We're working all week, 7 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. We'll be in those zones, and we'll finish out a zone no later than Saturday or Sunday of that week.
Awesome.
All right, and hot off the course is our city manager, Megan O'Callahan. Megan, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So we saw you in the truck. Tell us how it went.
Well, it's a lot harder than it looks. It's a big truck, and it's really, really hard to see all of the obstacles that they had me drive around.
All right. So which truck were you driving?
I was in the big snowplow.
Okay. These all have names. Do you know what you?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. we'll
Maybe it
figure
was
out.
Megan Snow Callahan. I don't know.
I would hope so.
Or Snowphilophagus.
That would be great. So, what do you love about coming out here?
This is my 10th year,
Wow.
and it's actually the 10th year that we've had the rodeo. What I love about it is just seeing all of the work and preparedness that goes into getting ready for the upcoming winter. I like seeing everybody, there's some camaraderie about it, there's friendly competition, but it's also all about making sure that we're prepared for the winter to keep the community safe.
I mean, it's a testament to you to get into one of those rigs. I'm intimidated just standing here. So
I think you can do it, Bruce. Go ahead.
well,
Go ahead. You're next, I heard.
But it's great to see the leader of our organization out there doing the stuff. People were applauding you. So nice work out there.
Thanks. It's fun.
Now, we do have to razz you a little bit, though, because we were talking to Jay Anderson and he's watching the truck and someone hit a couple of cones. I'm not saying it was you,
I did.
but
I did.
I think the wind knocked them
I hit a
over,
couple of
Lindsay.
cones. I missed a few wood blocks. I had to back up and reverse several times, but it's all in good fun and it's great to experience it.
This is a fun day. We're out here, everyone's driving plows. But what is it behind the scenes that our listeners might not know about snow season that you can share with us?
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into preparing for snow and ice season. We have to make sure that we have all the materials on hand and we're ready from a material perspective. We have to make sure that all of the equipment is ready because a lot of the equipment gets transitioned out for different operations in the summer and the fall. So there's fleet technicians and all of our maintenance workers look at all the equipment and just make sure that it's ready. And then this really is an entire day of all sorts of preparations. It includes the rodeo. And then this afternoon, each of the drivers will go out and they will drive their routes and they'll check for any obstacles and they'll just become familiar with their routes.
All right, we asked Jay his prediction, so let's get yours. When do you think the first snowfall is going to be this year?
Oh, I think around Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Right.
Thanksgiving.
Hopefully right after
What was Jay's
Thanksgiving.
prediction?
He said March. So
Oh,
really
March!
wishful thinking.
Okay,
Really
okay.
wishful thinking.
I actually like the winter months. I like the seasons.
All right, Megan, thanks so much for being here. We smell hamburgers, so I know there's a cookout today, so go get yourself some lunch. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, now with us is Rick France, Data Analytics Manager for the City of Dublin. And we just had Megan on here, and she was talking about the behind-the-scenes work that goes on with the snow plowing. So you work with our just the mapping and making sure that we track everything. So give the listeners a little bit of background about what you do with the city.
Sure. I am the city's data and analytics manager. We are in charge of all this data that the city gets, and there are a lot of sensors and information that the city gets, and we use that information to make the city more efficient.
Awesome. Now, what specifically are you doing with SnowGo?
So in order for the public SnowGo to work and people to see all those plows on the roads, there are a lot of steps in that process. So there are sensors and GPS units on the trucks. Those have to communicate to our AVL vendor, that's automated vehicle location. That information then has to go to our SnowGo vendor and then finally out to the website so that the public can see it.
And people love SnowGo, I'll tell you that much. And it's fun because for a public information standpoint, people say, when's the last time my road has been plowed? And I'm like, I can get that down to the minute, because of the technology you guys are using.
So, Rick, you guys have SnowGo. That was first, and then you brought LeafGo on. So how has it changed and evolved since you guys, how long has it been since you guys turned this on?
Oh my gosh. Maybe 10 years at least. And it has evolved a lot. So it started off with just GPS to know where have we been, where have we not. And now we're getting much more sophisticated with turn-by-turn directions. We know the number of passes that it takes for a road to be kind of officially cleared. And all of that information goes to making sure that we can minimize trucks and plows driving down roads that are already cleared.
Let's get really nerdy with this. So, is this truth to you only make right turns, or there's a lot more to going into a snow route than most people probably think about?
Yes. It's called deadheading when you are traveling over a road that you have already cleared. So we try to minimize that. We divide the city up certainly into different priorities. Priority ones are the major thoroughfares. There are two level twos that are the collectors, and then finally there are the residential streets that are level 3. We often don't get to those until the snow has stopped falling and then they'll get through and clear all of those. But yeah, there's a lot to prioritizing and categorizing and then doing it all the most efficient.
Did you have any input on the names of all the snowplows?
Late last year, we did take delivery of a few plows. We didn't have time to do the whole public input process, so I may have suggested a few that made it in.
All right, I love it. And you don't want to share with our listeners which ones you got to name?
If you can't tell, then I will consider it a job well done.
I love that. Last question. There's a lot of competition going on here today. I didn't see you in a plow. Are you joining in any of the fun here at the SnowGo Rodeo?
I am definitely partaking of the burgers and hot dogs, but that might be my extent. We are also monitoring things from the data standpoint, like all those steps that I mentioned before, seeing if we can make sure all of those are working properly, because leaf season lasts right up until snow season, and we want to dedicate as much time as possible to picking up the leaves before we have to turn around those trucks, get all the sensors and plows and all of that stuff working. So as much intel as we can get about that will make that work more efficiently when we do make that quick turnaround.
Awesome.
All right, Rick. Well, thanks so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Well, Bruce, what a fun time out here at the
This
Service
was
Center today.
awesome. A lot of fun.
A lot of fun, and I love talking about snow when it's 75 degrees out here in October, so it seems like it's a long time away, but it'll be here before we know it.
Yep.
And a great chance to just really showcase not only our public service staff, but all of Team Dublin, from the city manager to GIS and mapping. We just really got to see the best of Dublin out here today.
No, it was awesome.
And we also have to give a shout out to our producer, the best in the biz,
That's
Scott
right.
Light, for coming out here and doing an on the road as live podcast for us. A lot of fun. And our sincere thanks to everyone here who is dedicated to serving our city and serving you with best in class services, whether it's a 75-degree day or whiteout snow conditions.
And to our listeners, thank you as well for taking the time to connect with your city. Tune in next time as we continue to explore the many personalities and experiences that make Dublin a thriving place to live, work, and grow.